Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. This is Rappler's wRap for today, a list of the most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. Earlier today, will there be a second term for President Benigno Aquino? A majority of Filipinos say no thanks. More on this later. Philippine Police Chief Alan Purisima calls the attacks against him, quote, tenacious and rabid. Facing plunder raps and accusations of a lavish lifestyle, he denies reports describing his Nueva Ecija property as luxurious. Purisima insists it's an ordinary house improved through the years. Climate advocates begin a 1,000-kilometer walk to Ground Zero in Tacloban in a bid to spur action on climate change.
What we intend to do is chronicle the actual experiences and stories of ordinary people who confront and who survive these extreme weather events.
Watch more in Katerina Francisco's full report. In Hong Kong, protesters threaten to occupy government offices unless Hong Kong Chief Chun-ying steps down. Thousands of protesters are in the streets to demand democracy after China announced it would limit the city's power to choose its own leaders. Police, on the other hand, orders protesters to disperse, adding that any attempt to occupy government buildings would have, in their words, serious consequences. Sad news for Greece. The Acropolis of Athens is starting to crumble. Archaeologists discover part of the rock on which the Parthenon sits is starting to give way. The Acropolis contains the ruins of ancient Greek civilization built more than 2,000 years ago. For the full stories, click on the links on your screen. And for those of you watching on mobile, the links can be found on the description below this video. A Pulse Asia survey says 6 in 10 Filipinos don't want a second term for President Aquino. 2 months ago, Aquino said he was open to a second term and to amending the Constitution, but later backtracked and said he sees himself out of office in 2016. Malacanang says the survey is just one measure of public sentiment. In other news, U.S. Secret Service Director Julia Pearson resigns Wednesday after a string of security lapses. The Philippine Dragon Rowing Team Fireblades Club crew returns from the Singapore Sava Sprints International 2014 Dragon Boat Race, bringing home 3 medals. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page. That crowdsources the mood of the day. If we take a look today, we've got, interestingly enough, Japan begins simpler visa process for Filipinos. One of the stories of the last 24 hours, whopping 97% happy. That's next to the story that's gotten the most number of votes in the last 24 hours. The B-Nice, more allegations surface against the B-Nice, whopping 96% angry. That red bringing out the mood of the day. Today, most people are angry. Well, that is the wrap for today, Thursday, October 2, 2014. Visit Rappler.com for the latest news here and around the world. Check out our other shows, Tech Wrap and Talk Thursday. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.